We've been in operation for about 11 years now. We started in 2009 as India's first multidisciplinary school focused solely on the social sciences, arts, and humanities. Now, there are four basic principles or underlying philosophies or ethos under which we operate. The first is a focus on faculty. Our faculty members come from all parts of the world, and most of them, about 95% of our faculty members, have at least some qualification or experience from outside of India, which means that many of our faculty members come from universities like Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Stanford, so on and so forth. Many of our faculty members also have industry experience. For example, people who teach diplomacy in our international affairs school have been career diplomats. One of them was India's ambassador to France a few years back. That's the first. Second, our focus on interdisciplinarity. We don't believe that students who are studying a particular discipline should study only that discipline. There are many ways of looking at the same problem from multiple perspectives. So, for example, a student of architecture, if interested, should be able to take up a course on urban planning from our public policy school. A student of let's say, from the business school should be able to take up a course on corporate governance offered by the law school. So that way we promote interdisciplinarity. The third is a focus on internationalization. Again, while we have mentioned that our faculty come from all parts of the world and we've been trained in different countries, we also actively promote internationalization in terms of our students. Now, our students regularly go abroad in one of three methods. The first is a short-term study abroad program where our students routinely go to our partner universities such as Oxford, Harvard, Columbia, UC Berkeley, so on and so forth, where they spend a couple of weeks there and then they come back to JGU campus. This is typically done during the summer or the winter break. The second way in which we promote student mobility and internationalization is by having semester exchange programs where our students will routinely go to our partner institutions as a result, and they spend an entire semester there and then they come back and whatever credits they've earned over there count towards their degree requirements here. Thirdly, we've set up a number of dual degree programs where our students spend a couple of years with us and then they transfer out to one of our partner universities such as Cornell or Deakin or Rollins College, and then they spend another couple of years there. By the end of this, they have 2 degrees, one from JGU and one from one of our partner universities. Now, this is only possible if you have a large number of partner universities. We have over 260 partner across the world. That is more than any Indian university. And the fourth and final sort of philosophy or ethos that we've built JGU on is a commitment to research. Now, as a faculty member, I can tell you that we are expected to do research on a daily basis, and we're expected to take our students along in our research journey. So it's not uncommon for JGU faculty members to co-author pieces that become op-ed articles or editorial articles or even academic journal articles along with students. So you'll have students publishing alongside faculty members as well. So these were the 4 sort of basic ethos and principles on which JGU is based. So all of our programs, whether undergraduate, postgraduate, doesn't matter which school, and of course, the university is consisted of now 10 schools. We've just launched the 10th school. We will be launching it on the 29th. All of these schools, all of our programs have a study abroad component. Of course, it's entirely for the student to choose whether or not they would like to engage with a semester exchange or a dual degree. So it's not compulsory. Because traveling abroad and visa issues and staying abroad can be expensive. So we don't insist that every student go abroad, but we routinely send about 150 to 200 students abroad every year. And this is across schools, across programs. So our curriculum has been developed under the leadership, of course, of individual school deans and the faculty members. However, we take into account 2 very critical stakeholders. The two very critical stakeholders are students as well as people who employ our students eventually, right? So we regularly have meetings with our students and are the employers of our students. We do this while the curriculum for individual courses is updated every semester. We take a re-look at our curriculum every 3 years for all of our programs. And when we are taking a re-look at our curriculum, we take into account what students have to say. We take into account what the industry is actually looking for when they are hiring our students. That way, we keep pace with changes in industry practices. We keep pace with changes in technology. For example, with our BA Political Science, I mentioned that we do have a section of our curriculum that works on social media and new age media and how it affects not just elections but international politics. We feel a particular way, no matter how we feel about the Indo-China dispute that is going on right now. Most of our content we are getting through social media, through our Facebook feeds, through our Instagram feeds, through WhatsApp forwards. It's important to understand how social media operates in terms of defining one's perspective, right? I mentioned the same in terms of our BCom program, where we're taking into account financial technology. Now, I don't know how many other BCom programs in India actually look at financial technology as a study as part of commerce, right? But it is important. It's here to stay, and it is the way forward, which is how we are keeping in pace with industry demands and changes in technology. So our curriculum is updated fairly frequently, once every 3 years, and individual courses within the overall program, they are always updated every semester. We do have a fairly robust financial aid package that we offer to meritorious students who are in need. So we take into account a number of factors, the entire admission process and the performance of the student in that admission process, right? And we take into account the family or the parental income. So we ask for income tax returns of the parents, and if they meet the eligibility criteria, we put them on a ranking list. And based on whatever scholarships we have, or whatever scholarship budget we have, we give out a substantial amount of money in terms of scholarships. About 60% of all of our students are on some form of financial aid or the other. And all of our scholarships are self-funded, which means that we do not depend upon any external aid or any government grant for our scholarships. This way we maintain some kind of authenticity and competitiveness in getting these scholarships. So we've seen a number of effects and a number of issues that have come up with regard to the COVID-19 pandemic. One is, of course, a large number of students who are planning to study abroad will not be going abroad this year, right? So what we've done is we've actually partnered with some of our universities abroad, with some of our partner universities, where we will take in certain students of certain universities. They will stay with us for a year, maybe 2, and then they'll transfer up, right? Now, this is apart from our dual degree program. What we've also seen is that students aren't willing to travel beyond their sort of home state or home region, with the fears of another lockdown perhaps, or fears of traveling to distant parts of the country. So while we've seen an overall increase in the number of applications, we've seen an overall increase in the number of applications from North India, particularly the Delhi NCR region where we are located. So while let's say the increase in admissions is X%, the increase from North India, Delhi NCR, Haryana, Uttarakhand, Punjab has been X+%, right? So that's one of the major, differences that we've seen in terms of admissions this year. Now, we'll be opening up our admissions for 2021 fairly soon. We're expecting to open up hopefully by October. So we'll see how that goes. And, we've got our sights set on 2021 right now.